In order to start your self-discovery journey, I want you to ask yourself these 4 questions. Number 1, what do you read? Number 2, what do you listen to? Number 3, who do you surround yourself with? And finally, number 4, what do you do on a daily basis? Those questions can give you some really good insights into where you are at with your self-discovery journey. And maybe it might make you realize that you're not really investing in your self-discovery journey at the moment, and you're trying to identify and find out what can I actually do in order to invest in myself more, right? What does it actually really look like? So there are a couple of different practices that I love to do, and I want to share them with you today. So I would say, let's jump into today's video. Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are a busy professional, I'm super excited that you are here today because I am creating lots of content and videos around how to optimize your life. So if that is you, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I would say let's jump into a couple of different practices on how you can start your self-discovery journey. The first thing that I want you to do if you want to start a self-discovery practice and your own journey is to reflect on your motivations. Why do you want to start a self-discovery journey? Have you seen somebody that really inspired you and motivated you to do that own work on yourself as well? Or do you currently not feel like yourself? Maybe you're feeling super anxious and depressed. Maybe you're feeling constantly overwhelmed. You have a lot of thoughts on your mind all the time and you just want to feel better. Those are all great motivations in order to start your self-discovery journey. And it is really helpful to just be really mindful of that, to create some awareness around why are you currently maybe not feeling as happy as you would like to be. When it comes to self-discovery, I think one of the biggest things that I've learned along this journey is that if you are experiencing a lot of problems in your life, or if you are experiencing a lot of conflict in your life or day to day, then oftentimes it has actually absolutely nothing to do with other people, but it has something to do with yourself that you can actually heal in order to feel better. So self-discovery is there for that, and there are many different videos on my YouTube channel that I'm going to highlight and point out here across the video today, because I am engaging a lot in self-discovery and I encourage you to do the same. And I hope that some of the videos that I'm sharing on my YouTube channel with you are exactly the things that you need in this moment in order to help you get started. I already shared a couple of different questions with you at the beginning of today's video that are also part of this reflect on your motivation piece, because that might give you some really good insights into who you surround yourself with, what you surround yourself with, what you are listening to, and what you're inputting into your system every single day. And that is almost kind of like a status quo. Where are you at right now? And then you can start obviously different practices in order to really engage in that self-discovery journey. One of the first things that I want you to think about is to create some safe space for yourself. So in order to really obviously invest in yourself, you need some space for that. You need some time, you need some space, and that space can look really different to whatever kind of your preferences are. So some of you might really enjoy to have a space in your home that feels really comfortable for you, that is without any distractions, and where you can just kind of take a moment to just be yourself. Some of you might really like to go to a yoga studio, for example. I remember when I started my self-discovery journey, walking into my yoga studio immediately made me feel at peace and tranquil and calm, and that was my sacred space at the time without really realizing that. So I want you to create awareness around that, which is, by the way, one of the most powerful practices of self-discovery. And a sacred space can also be nature. It can be a space or a place there that you like to go to on a regular basis in order to just be yourself. And again, for me, that was Lake Tahoe. That was Lake Tahoe in 2015 when I started to travel here from Silicon Valley, and such a sacred space for me. So that is really where my self-discovery journey started. That's where I started to listen to podcasts that really inspired me and that posed questions that I really wanted to reflect on. This was the time when I started journaling. This was the time when I really filled my heart with happiness, where I asked myself, what does actually fill my heart with happiness? And I just kind of followed that voice inside me, and I followed kind of this feeling that I got every time I came here. So reflect on what is a safe space for you and where would you like to have that time to really be with yourself and your thoughts. The next thing that I want you to start thinking about is how can you engage in different introspective activities. So introspective activities can be all different kinds of things again. It can be journaling and reflection, it can be meditation and yoga, it can be, for example, physical activities I already mentioned, writing, art, music. It can be so many different things of how you like to express yourself and how you like to just be with yourself. So in order to start that self-discovery journey, it is good to become aware of these things, of how they make you feel when you do them, right? For me, it's, for example, exercise. For me, it's journaling, obviously. If you have been following my YouTube channel for a while, you know I talk a lot about journaling because that's something that brings me a lot of joy and a lot of insight and helps me to also calm my mind in seconds sometimes when it is really busy. So engage in these introspective activities and make sure that you see how that makes you feel. The next thing that you can do in order to invest in your self-discovery journey is to ask for feedback. Feedback is a gift, even though sometimes it might feel very uncomfortable or you might feel super triggered by the feedback that you're receiving. But at the end of the day, feedback is really a gift. And only when we receive feedback, when we are in relation with other people, will we be able to grow, because we obviously have just our own reality, we live in our own world, and we don't really know sometimes what is right and what is wrong and how am I showing up to other people, how do I come across to other people, how is my work, right? And so we do need that feedback from trusted partners in order to improve ourselves and in order to grow and in order to reflect again on maybe the actions that we're sometimes taking that come across not the way that we actually want them to across, right? I truly believe that we all give our best at all times. We always try our best, but our best might sometimes still come across not the way that we wanted to come across. So seeking feedback, asking for feedback can be something super powerful. And there's a couple of different super simple things that you can do. Like, for example, you can go to your best friend or a trusted family member or a trusted partner in your company, and you can ask them 3 to 5 simple questions, and you can tell them, hey, I'm starting to invest in my self-discovery journey and I would really like to get some feedback from you in order to understand how do I come across to other people. Another powerful thing that you can do in order to invest in your self-discovery is to think about the setbacks that you've had in your life and what you can learn from that. Unfortunately, but luckily, the setbacks that we have in our lives bring us into that place of introspection oftentimes, right? It makes us think about, why did this happen? What kind of role did I play in this situation? What can I do better in the future? Or how can I make sure that this will never happen again, right? So sometimes we have setbacks in our lives, we all do, and it is so powerful to actually use them to your advantage and to really sit down and reflect on, why did this happen? Why did this setback happen? Why did this conflict happen? Why did this difficult conversation happen? What kind of part did you play in this, right? We oftentimes, it's always easier, of course, to blame the other person and to blame the situation or that external environment, but I truly believe that when you are starting your self-discovery journey, you may realize that it has oftentimes something to do with you. It always has something to do with you, because it is about how you read the how you read the situation, how you read the experience, how you define it, how you interpret it. And sometimes we are mistaken. Sometimes we need to grow in order to understand, oh, this is what's happening, right? And so you need to reflect on those in order to be more aware of that. And that's a really powerful tool to really invest in your self-discovery journey. Going back to the questions that I asked you at the beginning, which were, what do you listen to, what do you read, who do you surround yourself with, and what do you do on a daily basis for yourself? Those are also 4 really important questions to ask yourself when you want to invest in your self-discovery journey, and to maybe see, what do I currently do and what would I like to be doing? What kind of things are of interest to me? You could also reflect on, for example, who are the people that give you energy and who are the people that suck your energy, right? Who are kind of the energy vampires in your life? And to make more conscious decisions about who do you spend time with, who do you maybe not spend so much time with anymore because they're actually not really good for you in your life. And so answer these questions twice. Answer them for the status quo of where you're at right now. And maybe the answer to some of these questions is, I don't really do anything right now. And then answer these questions in the sense of, where do you want to be? What would you like to do on a daily basis to invest in yourself and to invest in your self-discovery? And that could be to create time for exercise, to engage in creative practices, right? I do this every single day because I really enjoy doing it, and it gives me a lot of insight, and it also helps me to show up as a better person the next time I am in that situation again. So those are just a couple of different ideas on how you can start your self-discovery journey. I hope that there was 1 or 2 ideas in here that made you feel really connected and where you feel like, yeah, I really want to try this out. Because here's the thing, we can consume and listen to a lot of information, but things will only really going to start to change in your life if you're starting to take action. If you're actually experimenting, if you're actually sitting down after this video and you're starting to write some of these things down, where you're going to create that awareness of, what do I currently do? What is good for me? What is not good for me? So I really encourage you to do it, because it is absolutely worth it and it feels really good, and I would love to hear from you how things are going. So leave me a comment down below, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I really hope to see you in one of my next videos. Take care and talk to you soon.